Welcome back to Cashton. Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions LLC, along with Scott Milsna and Carl Zuby, as we are at the Cashton Quadrangular here on a Thursday evening. And starting things off here right away, we're going to have Cashton and Viroqua wrestling. Cashton just picked up a forfeit win.
And Damian Mellon, Ken.
Okay. And we're going to be over here. We're going to cover the Falcons and, let's see, Boscobel. This is Charlie Guzman. Guzman out here on the mat, and to take a look and see who he has here. I'm not sure. Was it
Colton Lee is our
Colton
Cashton
Lee?
wrestler.
Oh, okay.
Colton Lee and Evan Solberg at 126.
This might be Blake Sander at 132. That's who that is for Boscobel. Right now, Guzman has the early lead at 2-0. Sander trying to get away. Carl, feel free to jump in there.
Well, we saw a 29-second pin time for Evan Solberg. Now, we did switch cameras, but we didn't switch the other, so our scoreboards might be off.
Drats. I'm glad you caught that.
I just thought of that.
So let's see. We're going to switch these two around here.
I'm glad you guys know what's going on.
I get lucky every once in a while.
There we go. Now we should be squared up.
We're going to see Viroqua come away with a forfeit at 132.
3-2 score. Now a reversal by Guzman on a quick switch here. And it's 4-3. Guzman with the lead with 13 seconds remaining. Coming right back around is Sander, and he gets the two back. Didn't waste any time on that one. 5-4 now, Sander with the lead over Charlie Guzman.
Well, 138 pounds on the Viroqua Cashton mat is Gavin Anderson of Cashton and Ethan Dobbs of Viroqua. Dobbs with an early takedown. 30 seconds into that first period. No points awarded with that little cross wrist tilt.
Sander just picks up some back points here. He's got a headlock on Guzman. Guzman able to finally get back to his base and square up, but not before a 3 near fall is awarded against him. 10-4, he trails.
Dobbs with a takedown and Anderson with the escape. And Dobbs with another takedown. 8-2 now the score. So he has that stacked up. Anderson able to get his hips over, get off his back. No near fall awarded. Now stacked back up. And the pin. Minute 35 pin time for Ethan Dobbs of Viroqua. Bring that team score up 18-6.
Strong move there by Dobbs. One of those that a lot of times you'll see it's hard to, once again, it's good for building some near fall points, but hard to get the pin. And he really had that solid.
Well, Guzman, there must have been a little bit of a discrepancy in the scoring. It's now 8-4 instead of 10-4.
£145 match with Viroqua and Cashton. We will see Austin Winker of Viroqua, and Ethan Klinkner of Cashton. Klinkner, a very solid freshman.
.32 seconds remaining here in period number 2 with Guzman and Sander. Score remains 8-4. Guzman will see if he can pick up some points starting in a down position. Sander trying to look for that far side cradle. It's not going to be a crossface cradle because Charlie is not giving up that arm. Time will run out here with the match on the left side of your screen. Guzman's choice here to begin period number 3, and he quickly says neutral.
Little update. We've got 55 seconds left, first period. Winker up by a score of 2-0 as they go out of bounds.
Pretty good action over here on the left as they go out of bounds. Guzman trying to kind of push the issue a little bit here with a potential double leg, and they wound up kind of both locked up going out of bounds in the upper bodies, more of that upper body mode.
Klinkner able to get to his feet. Little, I'm not sure what you'd call that. Trying to do a little flip to get Winker's leg out. He had a leg in. Winker riding a deep waist. We're going to have a stalemate call. That almost looked like a stalling call.
It was a stalling call, Carl, yes.
On Klinkner?
On Winker.
On Winker.
.10-4 score after Sander is able to pick up that takedown here in the third period. We're in that 40-second range now, as you can see. And it'll be a warning stalling on Sander, just riding parallel.
Klinkner's going to defer his decision to the third period, giving Winker the opportunity to go down to start the second. Winker still up by 2-0 the score.
Sander with a pretty, Guzman with a pretty good effort to come up, and Sander with a real nice job of doing a little front knee trip and brought Guzman right back down to the mat.
Winker with the reversal and the pin. We have a 2:20 pin time for Austin Winker of Viroqua over Ethan Klinkner at 145 pounds, bringing that team score up 24-6. And we're going to see Cale Anderson wrestle 152 for Viroqua. He'll face off against Schlesinger of Cashton.
Meanwhile, a 10-4 was your final score over here on the left side with Charlie Guzman and Blake Sander. Sander coming up with that regular decision victory. That puts the team score at 3-0 Boscobel.
So this could, I guess, be Hudson Befke or Schlesinger. You know which one we got going on?
No, Carl, I'm sorry. I'm not sure which one this is.
Meanwhile, over here on our other mat, it's going to be DeWitt. And I think, let's see here, I think he's got McAuliffe is his opponent getting the first takedown.
Over on the Viroqua Cashton mat, Carl, I did get confirmation from my spotter, Bart Culpit. This is Schlesinger.
Anderson with 2 takedowns. giving up an escape and 2 near fall. He's got 6-1 the score. As he ran that bar arm over, got Schlesner turned, and is now in near fall criteria. Got the head lifted and the pin. A 101 pin time for Cale Anderson at 152 pounds. That'll bring the team score up to 30-6. Now the score of Viroqua leading as we head into the 160-pound match.
Right now, DeWitt in trouble with a headlock being applied to him, and now the fall goes against DeWitt. So Nate DeWitt goes down here. The pin time is going to be 116, we'll call it. 116 pin time. Boscobel jumps out to a 9-0 lead.
160 pounds, Colin O'Neill of Cashton and Aaron Dobbs of Viroqua.
Could be a very interesting match there.
Well, I just noticed Cashton really has a young team.
Yeah.
They got no seniors, 2 juniors, the rest are freshmen and sophomores. They're going to have some good wrestling coming up in the years to come.
Well, they just, all they need to do is just stay with it, and they will be a force.
Of course, Viroqua's only the only 2 seniors we have on the team are Dobbs and Anderson, Aaron Dobbs and Cale Anderson.
Right.
And primarily made up of freshmen. Really, the team is. So we've got a young and up-and-coming team ourselves.
Cruz will pick up the forfeit win here at 152. Shane Sparby will come over for Brookwood Nacita, and he should pick up a forfeit win.
Dobbs really working a Russian tie. He's got his head on the wrong side. O'Neill having a good defense to that. Looking to turn the corner as Dobbs shot, but both wrestlers back up to their feet. 25 seconds to go in the first period. Still scoreless at 160 pounds.
12-9 team score now for Brookwood Nacita in the lead. And we're going to move to 220 pounds, and Peyton Havlick will come out onto the mat for the Falcons.
Dobbs is able to capitalize on that little inside trip right at the end of the first period. So he'll go in leading 2-0. O'Neill defers his decision to go into the third period with. Dobbs electing to go neutral.
Havlick picked up a forfeit victory. I'm not sure, it might have been at 195.
Over on the Cashton Viroqua mat, Colin O'Neill did pick up a stalling warning just prior to the end of the first period, so something to keep in mind as we get down the line here. A match as even as these two guys, you never know.
Yeah, that could be a factor.
Well, it's going to be at 285 pounds. It'll be Kane Groom for Boscobel, and he's going to be taking on Dustin Sparby. They're going to go out of bounds. Groom is a very aggressive 285-pounder. Tell you what, he's got a set of shoulders on him.
That is a big young man.
Yeah.
So.
He does a re-roll on a head throw attempt by Sparby, and he just rolled right through it, and now he's just kind of using one arm to try and hold him down on the mat throughout that waist area. 2-0 score.
Aaron Dobbs got halfway through a head throw before he abandoned. So we're going to see the second period come to a close. We're now under 5 seconds. 2-0 the score as we head into the third. O'Neill will have his choice. He'll choose down, and he'll have his work cut out for him.
Well, you know, you look at these two guys that you're talking about here, a sophomore and a senior, and that just shows the ability that Colin O'Neill has. I have ton of respect for what Dobbs can do.
Yes, Dobbs, very experienced wrestler. Wrestled all over the country.
Yeah.
Different parts of the world.
Here comes a pinning combination by Groom. He is in a great spot here now to try and get that pin. There it is.
And just no substitute for that experience of wrestling, you know, around the state, around the nation. The more mat time these guys can get, it can do nothing but help them.
Right. A 1:38 pin time for Kane Groom of Boscobel. And now they'll look to go to 106 where Boscobel will have a wrestler, but Brookwood will not.
I think Dobbs was just warned for stalling. Now he's got a tilt. Don't think he had quite enough for back points. Well, he does. Nicolotti's got 3 in there as he stops the match for potentially dangerous. So 5-0 now the score as we're under a minute to go in the third period.
Pikinen comes out to wrestle Hurley for Boscobel. Pikinen goes down for look like an ankle pick, and then he switches up and goes to that single leg and brings Hurley down to the mat for the takedown. We'll stay with this match as they have a little timeout over on the right side. Pikinen looking to come up with that far side cradle, gets the turn, getting a couple of hand swipes there, I think. Still has that same pinning combination, so we'll wait and see. Going to switch off into, he wanted to switch off to a half Nelson, but Hurley did a nice job of fighting that off. There's the 2 near fall. That coming off the cradle. Pikinen able to try and get the Hurley turn. Now he does, once again, picking up points. .31 seconds remaining. One thing I noticed with your match there, Carl, you don't really want to get into a freestyle type wrestling match with Aaron Dobbs.
No, and you start wrestling funk like that, and he's going to come out ahead. O'Neill able to get an escape, but not quite enough. 5-1 the score. It'll be a decision over O'Neill of Cashton. Aaron Dobbs the winner. That'll bring the team score up 33-6.
7-0 score right now with Pikinen out in front after period number 1. You know, nobody wants to get beat, but that was really a really good match out there with O'Neill and Dobbs.
Yeah.
The one thing that stood out to me, I mean, Dobbs rode O'Neill for about 1:45 in that third period.
Yep.
And a difficult task against anybody, and I'd say especially against a upper caliber wrestler like Colin O'Neill.
Right.
A ton of credit to Aaron Dobbs.
Yes. Here comes a pinning combination by Pikinen. Very close to getting the fall. He goes with that reverse half Nelson, trying to put those shoulders of Hurley to the mat. And there it is. Let's see, what do we get there? About a 2:28 pin time for Pikinen of Brookwood will get the win.
170 pounds. Viroqua's Maddie Zuby is wrestling Jack Schreier of Cashton. Both wrestlers freshmen. Schreier with the takedown and now working a pinning combination on Zuby. She works up to her feet, or up to her base, I should say, off her back. 1 minute in, he's got a 2 near fall and the takedown. Score now 4-0 as he tries to work a bar arm and wave the hair out of his face.
Wave the hair out and trying to fix his mask, I believe.
Maddie doing a good job trying to hip away, working the defense on that. And we've got a blood time. It could have been blood from the last match. I can't tell.
Yeah.
Maybe not. They're doing some forehead work over there.
Well, I think they're going to bring some exhibition matches maybe over to this side from the looks of things. Broker over here. And though that's Shane Sparby there, so I don't know that we would be, I mean, there's no way he'd be wrestling them.
No, and Bobby Skaden Stelner is staying in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Well, Broker is going to come out. Or, oh, Stelner, I'm sorry.
Yep.
They look too much alike from behind. And Sparby, this is Shane. So they'll tackle each other.
Schreier working a arm bar. Maddie with a good defense so far, able to stay up on her knees. Now getting turned as time expires. That'll bring the first period to a close. Schreier up 4-0 as we start the second period.
Stelner drops down to a low single leg, now changes to a double, trying to come around on top, but Sparby sitting back in, and he's going to come up with the defensive takedown. That was pretty slick. And he has Bobby in some in a tough position here. Stelner trying to get his shoulders turned, square up to the mat. Sparby looking to stretch him out. 50 seconds to go in the period.
Schreier getting a very quick reversal. Come up 6-0 over Maddie as she works to square up. Schreier's got a special locked up, little arm bar. Maddie with a good defense so far, able to stay off of her shoulders.
126 pin time for Shane Sparby, picking up the win over Viroqua's Stelner.
And with a 2:07 pin time is Jack Schreier over Maddie Zuby of Viroqua at 170 pounds. Pretty tough weight for a female wrestler.
Right.
And a freshman at that.
Yeah. You know, you have to admire the courage to go out there and wrestle as a freshman with that. And you know, look forward to when they get the girls division going in.
Yes.
Maddie's she's gonna be all right. Plain and simple.
TJ DePietro pick up the forfeit win at 182. And that'll be it for the Viroqua wrestlers.
Havlik over here looking for an exhibition match. See if they have one more there. It's Peyton kind of sauntering back over as well. Maybe we don't have one.
Now Caleb Robinson picks up the forfeit win at 220 for Cashton. And now they'll pick up a forfeit win at 285 with, the young man.
This is Austin Culpit.
Austin Culpit.
Well, it looks like Peyton Havlik is going to have an exhibition match here with Kane Groom.
We should see a final team score of 39-30, I believe. Once the forfeit is awarded at 285.
Okay.
Now they're looking to see if they can line up some exhibition matches. Maybe I looked too soon, maybe at 39-24.
I thought you were correct, Carl, at 39-30, but I'm not positive.
Well, 50% of the time, I'm right every time, so I'm not sure if it's in that 50% or not.
If it isn't, it should be.
There you
I
go.
always thought it is. So Viroqua, the winner, if you could call a winner out of a quadrangular, winning each of their 3 dual matches.
Okay.
A few minutes ago, Chad Powell coming up and talking to us and made the comment that they've wrestled more matches tonight than they've wrestled all year. So I guess that's certainly a positive out of having a quad.
Right. Well, and it is a good thing to do because if and we hope that the state tournament trail will take place, but at the end of the month, you can't just go into a regional without having some sort of competition like this where you're going to have back-to-back matches with the 45-minute rest and get, your body needs to be acclimated to that. So this is a really good thing. And a lot of schools are going to these last, 2 or 3 weeks of the season prior to the tournament trail.
And it's definitely, in some of these, I'm guessing Viroqua most years wouldn't wrestle a Brookwood or a Cashton or
Yep.
Maybe see them at a tournament somewhere, but just more exposure, and you have to feel good for the kids just to have an opportunity to wrestle at all.
Yeah.
I mean, at this point, matches are awesome. So this must be Mellon.
Correct.
Damian Mellon, exhibition match over Ethan Solberg with a 14-second pin. Didn't waste any time.
No. Well, we got another match coming up. This, I think that looks like Hudson. Hudson Bethke coming over. Well, there's going to be any exhibition matches now. I think we're done on the left side. So this is
This is Gavin Anderson again.
I believe this is Hudson Bethke.
that's what I thought. Well, wait though, it's 132. Is Hudson that? He was slated at 145. This isn't Lee again, is it? Oh, it's Lee again. Okay. So Colton Lee out here. I thought Hudson would be a little heavier.
At 26 and Preston weighed in at 32.
Okay. Preston with that F. Nelson series. Wow. Another 101 pin time. I think we got one more match that we are going to worry about.
This is Blaine Primer, and then this is Anderson, Gavin Anderson. This should be a good match. These two have wrestled before coming up through middle school.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to go with dueling cameras here, Carl. How's that?
That works. Double it up.
We'll double it up. If I put us to a single, then we wouldn't have the time there. So we'll just let you see a stereo view.
We're going to have instant replay, Ken.
There you go.
Well, Blaine with an early takedown. Got to work a deep waist, taking that table leg away from Anderson. Trying to get a little tilt going. Takes that, brings it into an arm bar. And a wrist, looks to step the head. He's in near fall. Got the 5 count, so we're good for 3 points. So he looks to cinch that up, make it a little tighter, comes back over. Doesn't let go, so he's not going to get any more back points. But he looks to put the elbow in the ear, makes it a little bit tighter, comes away with a 1:06 pin time over Gavin Anderson of Cashton. It looks like we are going to have one more match.
Oh, wow.
I don't see anyone else warming up on the Cashton side.
That's what I was wondering. Just going to double check here. Yeah. Derek Moshik and Eric Anderson, the head coaches.
Bobby just got done wrestling over on the other mat.
Right.
And that's who's...
Yeah, that might be a little tough. Well, we certainly hope that you enjoyed watching tonight's action here. Of course, it's been a good night. Knock on wood, nobody injured. A couple bloody noses, which you're going to get. But overall, some nice wrestling action here. And I think the guys and young lady have to feel good about being able to get some mat time with other folks versus their own teammates. Well, we'll take a real quick break and we'll come right back and see if we have one more match to go. back we come. We are actually going to have a couple more matches here. Ethan Winker on the left-hand side wrestling Ethan McClaw. And, Carl, you're going to have one.
Yes, we've got Bobby skating still there, and this isn't Schreier, so this is probably O'Neill.
This is Ethan Klinkner.
This is Ethan Klinkner. So Klinkner coming up from 45 to wrestle Bobby, who I guess he weighed in at 52, so this isn't a stretch.
Well, Winker comes away with a quick pin here in 29 seconds in his exhibition match. And we'll come over and go back with our dueling cameras again, I guess. Scott, do you remember what Klinkner has done tonight so far? By chance?
He the one match that he wrestled was the 1 point loss that I thought should have been a 1 point win. I think there was a mistake at the table.
Right, that's right. Yeah.
And prior to that, I do not remember.
Yeah.
Klinkner with the takedown just before the minute mark for the first period. Now working on trying to get a 2-on-1 and got that near leg trapped.
Well, we are going to get that other match in now. It's going to be Kane Groom of Boscobel going to be taking on Peyton Havlick for Brookwood. This will be an exhibition match.
Klinkner trying to stack Bobby up. Bobby staying with the good defense. Under 10 seconds to go. Just waiting out, getting to that second period. Trailing by a score of 2-0.
Well, now they decided not to do that match, so I take back what I said.
Klinkner, one of those wrestlers that I would say describe as a little short on experience maybe, but just that motor that's not going to ever slow down. He's just
he does, doesn't he?
He's just going to be his opponent is going to be in his face for a whole 6 minutes.
Well, now I can swing over. We're going to get a match here with Brookwood and Pikkanen, and he is going to be taking on Hurley one more time. They wrestled earlier. Pikkanen going in for that single leg and coming across. Had a step through on that single leg and has Hurley in trouble, and there's the pin.
Klinkner has Bobby on his back. He'll pick up some near fall points and the pin. We're going to go with a 2:10 pin time for Ethan Klinkner of Cashton, exhibition match at 152 pounds. We'll see. Looks like Cale Anderson is getting ready to wrestle. And is this Schlesner? Well, he's taking his singlet back off. I'm not going to pretend to know what's going on until somebody steps out.
This looks like Colin O'Neill ready to walk out.
O'Neill's going to come out, okay.
Colin wrestled very tough against Dobbs
at
160.
Well, this is a good match for both of them. They're both really, really good wrestlers. And I mean, when I say good, I'm talking excellent. Yeah. And to have them come out here and wrestle each other, I think that's a great thing to do.
You know, and as much as COVID has really made a mess of things, it is kind of a silver lining that you can see some matchups that you wouldn't normally get to see.
Right.
Some matches that you wouldn't normally have. You know, try and take something positive away from it.
And again, with the quad format here tonight, we're getting a lot of exhibition matches that
Right,
if
yeah.
this were 3 different duels, we wouldn't have had. So
Yeah.
nice that the wrestlers, the kids are able to get, as you said, the mat time, and not the ideal situation, of course, but it
Right.
could have been a heck of a lot worse.
Well, I
Yeah.
don't want to give too much credit to the athletic directors, but they have definitely been working over and above their normal duties to try and make the kind of season that we've been able to put together. You know, I know from talking with Eric Anderson and his daily struggles that he goes through, there's not an
Yeah.
athletic director in the nation that doesn't hate his job at one point in time right now.
Right now. Oh, yeah. I agree.
And along that note, I've talked with several ADs, especially since around Christmas time, and I've told a couple of them I've never before had a strong desire to be an athletic director, and I certainly don't want to this year. It's and their job has definitely gotten tougher. I know I've gotten
Yeah.
calls from as far away as Chippewa Falls
Oh, my goodness.
to do dual meets, and I apologize. I said it's just too far. You know, I wasn't going
Yeah.
to let them hang if they absolutely couldn't find anyone.
Right, right.
But that's with the 7-day rule. You know, their job has really gotten messy.
Yeah. We just saw a real nice single leg lift and a step through by Anderson to keep control of O'Neill, and actually was able to turn him for a couple of seconds and picks up the 2 near fall. Time will run out here. And we'll move to period number 2 with a 4-0 lead for Cale Anderson of Viroqua, his choice. They're going to go to neutral. He doesn't waste any time, does he, Carl?
No, that guy has got things mapped out in his head. It's like chess players where they think so many moves ahead.
Yeah.
I think he's about got the whole match planned out just about. You know, and he's so smooth
Right.
and
Yeah.
quick and you know, not that he wasn't strong before, but I think I would use the term powerful more
Right.
now.
Right.
where-
Yep. Yep.
Much more muscular than he was even a year
Oh,
ago.
Yeah. He'll release
Now just a
O'Neill.
quick snatch single.
Man. Got that tilt going. But there was no takedown or anything, no release in the takedown, was there?
No.
Okay. So a takedown, and then he'll get the 2 near fall here once kind of changes off into a different combination.
He's still got that leg laced in there right now.
Uh-huh.
Now he lets that up, and Nicolati will award the near fall. Gale does a little quick peek of the clock just to see what kind of time he's got left. Oh, great cradle, near side cradle.
Yeah, looking to get that step through like he has it.
And just great body positioning. 3:37 pin time.
Well, let's see. Looks like we might have another one or two.
Winker's lacing up his
Yep.
singlet again.
Almost at the end of our 3rd duel, guys, on each mat, and we haven't given the referees any grief yet. I kind of feel bad. We're lacking.
I know, I do too.
Yeah. Normally I don't go this long without ripping on Wayne Keenan just a little.
Well, Wayne is, he's done a nice job here tonight, and of course, helps us out quite a little bit when it comes to state tournament trail. By state and such when he's not officiating. So Schlesner comes out with Austin Winker. Winker looking to get that kind of a Iowa type look, but Schlesner goes right into a single leg. Nice effort there by Winker, though, with that hip action. Stretched out and scooted around behind for the takedown. He goes right into a cradle.
That's a deep cradle.
Yes, it is. And there's the pin. Knee in the ribs and doing the job there tonight. Okay, now they say last match of the night.
Until the next one.
Until the next one.
So this is Schreier. Looks like Jack Schreier, and Aaron Dobbs.
Okay.
So Schreier coming off the win over Matty Zuby at 170. A little different competition now against Aaron Dobbs.
Yeah. Yeah, you want to be more than ready when you wrestle Anderson and Dobbs. I mean, my goodness, the way they go at each other, why, and the way they wrestle and practice with each other too.
And I kind of little too aggressive maybe on that head throw. Nice little single, nice return, very controlled. Some of those returns that you see, the guys that are, you don't know if they're just worked up or or what, but when they stop the match and it's a slam and
Yeah.
unsportsmanlike even.
Well, he just goes right into that facelift kind of situation.
And the biggest thing with that return to the mat, like in this situation, the Cashton kid had his arm out, was able to kind of catch himself, protect himself, and
Right. Yeah.
it's a big one. Really easy to get the crowds going or the coaches going sometimes if it is a slam. But
right.
if that guy being taken down can't protect himself, it's
Yeah. Well, there you have it. That was the final match, as the teams now will start collecting all their gear and that. I want to take a moment here and thank Scott Milsna and along with Carl Zuby for helping out here tonight. This was a great night. We started around 6 o'clock, just a touch after 9. And Scott, any last thoughts here on things before we call tonight here, and then we'll get Carl's.
I guess from my perspective, really nice. Glad to see the quad format here and get all these extra exhibition matches. These guys aren't going to get nearly the number of matches they would have gotten in a normal season.
Right.
But at least we've got something here, and it's about the kids, obviously, and making the best of it. And congratulations to the wrestlers. As we mentioned, the athletic directors, the coaches. This isn't easy for anybody, and they're making the best of it.
They're all rolling with the punches, aren't they?
Exactly.
Carl, any last thoughts?
Yeah, in wrestling is such a great sport to be able to do stuff like this. They don't get to see that in hockey and basketball, and making the best out of a bad situation that we're in.
Right.
But just a great night of wrestling. Kids did great. Not much more I can say.
Yeah. Well, we certainly wish the best to Brookwood, to Viroqua, Cashton, and Boscobel here, as the state tournament trail will be coming up here shortly in the next, about 3 weeks or so. And my thanks again to Carl and to Scott. I'm Ken Manning, Western Wisconsin Video Productions, LLC, saying, we'll see you next week. We'll be in Brookwood, and there's let's see, what do they have there?
I believe that's a quad also, or is it a triple duel?
It's a triple duel, I
You're
think.
right,
Yeah.
It is a triple.
So we'll be there to do that one. We might do another one on the 21st. We'll have to wait and see. So for Carl and Scott, this is Ken saying thanks again, everyone. We'll see you real soon somewhere on the mats. Have a great week.